Alright, so going to be doing a playthrough of Lost in Nightmares, which is the DLC for Resident Evil 5. So let's go ahead and dive straight in. Single player. Gonna play on easy. Chris. Jill. I think I'm gonna be Jill.
A few years ago, the BSAA received intel as to the whereabouts of Umbrella's founder, Oswell E. Spencer. Jill and I were ordered by the BSAA's European headquarters to apprehend him. We accepted that mission in the hopes of uncovering some info that would lead us to Wesker. Chris to HQ, come in. We're at the target's location.
Copy that, Chris. Move in and procure the target.
Roger that.
What can you tell us about the area?
The satellite scan isn't showing anything out of the ordinary, but regardless, you should expect the unexpected.
Understood. We're in.
Let's move.
It's a bit like the Spencer mansion from the first game. I think that's basically what this is. Like a callback to Resident Evil 1. The big hallway. Blood. This blood's fresh. We may not be the only ones after Spencer. The stairs.
Eagle 6 to Nest. Do you read?
We read you, Eagle 6. Go ahead.
We found some men down. Judging by their wounds, it looks like they were physically assaulted. I figure they're probably Spencer's security. Lord only knows what killed them.
Roger that. We knew this mission wouldn't be a cakewalk. Use extreme caution.
Someone's killed them. Someone must have busted the lock. We'll have to find another way. Won't open for some reason. I think this one's locked too. Yeah. I've always thought in like games like this, like you can't get through because it's locked, but you could just easily just like put one foot over that balcony and just climb over that stair rail and get around the other side like that, rather than looking around finding the key. Resident Evil 2 remake was like that as well, like you know, in the library, and there was that that bit where the floor breaks, and it's like I was start thinking, like, why can't I just climb over the rail and climb past the hole? Locked. I think something would fit in here. This cool, Chris and Jill together. It's like Resident Evil Revelations, which is kind of like, it's almost kind of like this but fleshed out into a whole game. I really like Revelations. I think probably Jill's my favourite Resident Evil hero, and then probably Chris or Clara be my second favourite. It's really cool to have the classic characters back. Unlocked the doors. square shaped. I really like this DLC, well, because it's real like the classic games, like you have to explore and find keys and stuff like that, which I always really enjoyed in the Resident Evil games. Because Resident Evil 5 itself didn't really have much of that stuff. It was mostly just running around shooting stuff. But this DLC was like a nice callback to the classic games, which I remember thinking at the time it was really cool. I just more enjoyed the type of Resident Evil games like this, where you're in like one location, and you got to explore all the rooms and find out how to like unlock the rooms and do the puzzles and stuff, rather than like Resident Evil 6, which I didn't like at all. Kind of cool because in the main game with Chris, it's normally Chev who does the jumping and that, but when you're Jill, you can do the jumping and that. That's cool as well in this, where it's like goes through the door, like in the old games as well. I don't know what they do. I think they just give like more points or something like that. Cool. This is like the dining room from Resident Evil 1. Really cool. I thought the MP5 was normally up here. You run way faster in this than in Resident Evil 2 remake. I think that 2 and 3 remake were the last ones I played. When did you run way faster than them?
Kinda takes you back, doesn't it?
Raccoon City? Fortunately, yeah. That's where all this started.
Hard to believe that was 8 years ago. Guess I am getting older.
You're not the only one.
Classic callback. She said 8 years ago, then this is 2006 when this is set. And if Jill is 30, that means now, 15 years later, she'd like be 45. So they're like boomers now, which is a bit sad. Patrick's Memoirs 1. For a time, it appeared as if Master Spencer would recover his former health, but fate was not so kind, and now he confines himself to his study for days on end. It's been ages since I have seen him take his meals in the dining hall. I have endeavoured to prepare meals for his liking, and I bring them every day to the study. Unfortunately, he lacks the strength to eat anything but soup and other liquids. I cannot recall a time in the history of this household when the situation was as dire as now. In generations past, the Spencer estate was the nexus for only the most well-to-do European socialites. Now only a skeleton staff remains to look after a man who keeps himself in virtual seclusion at one of his many residences. My family has been in the Spencer household service since the time of his great-grandfather. This rapid state of decline would have been unimaginable even just one generation prior. I remember fondly the days of my youth, but that seems like a lifetime ago now. It was about 50 years ago, back when my father was the head butler of the household, and that time I was learning his duties in preparation to succeed him, and there was always some chore or errand that would keep me running around the house. I remember how Lord Ashford, another aristocrat from a storied family and one of Master Spencer's schoolmates, Dr. Marcus, would find refuge from the summer heat at this villa. My father and I would accompany them and do our utmost to see that they wanted for nothing. Perhaps because I was the youngest person there, they would take to teasing me, though more often than not, they would treat me as one of them. I remember the time Lord Ashford gave me my first taste of brandy. It was on the second floor of the dining hall, behind the stone statues lining the room. I will never forget the mellifluous scent when he opened the bottle, but those cherished times are only memories now. Lord Ashford, Dr. Marcus, and of course my father have all already passed on. Only Master Spencer remains, and I'm afraid his days may be few. When Master Spencer dies, it will mark the end of his illustrious family, as well as my family's service to his. But now, I can only wait for the inevitable. There's a note stuck between the last few pages. Password. I always enjoy reading the documents and stuff that you find in Rezo games. It's really interesting, and I don't know, just your imagination goes wild. Really good. He's got a picture of himself. There's a picture of themselves in their own house. What a narcissist. That's Spencer. He's the guy who started Umbrella. The guy in charge of it, founded it. Fireplace. Someone was burning something here. Yeah, I really love finding the books and notes and stuff in these games. I think when you watch a lot of people when they play it, a lot of people they just like won't read it, or they'll just skip past it and not give you time to read it. But I've always enjoyed reading the documents. Red herb. Toilet. Kind of toilet just has a urinal, but no normal toilet. I've got the bog roll. Like, what if you need to go number 2? Do you just do it in the urinal? And if there's that in America, like they have a handle that you push to flush it, but here in England, they're always just automatic. I just thought it was kind of gross because like you have to touch it after someone else has touched it. This is like that, there's an area like this in the first game as well, like the staircase. I love that we go through the doors. I think they should have done that in the remake of RE2. But mind you, in that you don't press the button to open the door though, do you? Matrix Memoirs 2. I cannot stop thinking about the screams of those poor souls imprisoned in the basement. I administered the virus to all of them as per Master Spencer's instructions 1 week ago. Whatever they've become now, they are no longer human. I've assisted with multiple experiments at Master Spencer's behest. I do not know of what use a simple butler not schooled in the sciences such as myself can be, but I should be proud that the Master trusts me with his important work. He usually has nothing but contempt or distrust for those around him. However, I cannot help but feel a disconnect between how I think I should feel and my actual mental state. On the one hand, I am filled with joy at the chance to assist the Master in any way I can. On the other, I feel as if I am losing a bit of my soul with each experiment I assist with. the only way I can preserve my mental faculties is by taking time off or by trying to divorce myself from all emotion. Whichever the case, I must act and not question the master. Duty and honour, that is what is at stake. For generations my family has been in loyal service to the Spencer household. I'll not betray my duties and I will serve Master Spencer until the end. I have dedicated my life to serving him and there's no turning back on that. It's time to check on the test subjects and report on their current condition to Master Spencer. I will carry out my duties and I will do so honourably. So I wonder if that's the progenitor virus, because that was kind of the one what it talked about in Resident Evil 5, which is the one from the flowers in Africa. There's something off with this part of the wall. It's like in the first one. It's quite cool as well, because when you Jill, it's actually you get to play the piano.
I remember the last time I played this.
You think you can still play it?
You mean right now? I don't know, it's been a while.
What's called Midnight Sonata or something. I'm not really often a fan of like classical music, but I actually really do like this. I think it sounds pretty cool and creepy. Yeah. That's really cool because you did that in the first game. I remember I actually tried this on the hardest difficulty at one time, and like when you do that, then one of them BOWs comes through the door and it like killed me. I couldn't get any further than that. Well, I kind of prefer this on the easier difficulty because it's not as challenging, but I know it just seems kind of a bit more realistic because like there wouldn't be like monsters in the house because that's where Spencer lives. They'd just be like in the basement. And I didn't want to keep dying when I'm trying to do a playthrough for the channel as well. But I do it on easy, so I'll get through it a bit quicker, so don't bore you. There's anything in here. Ah, the clock as well. That's classic from the first game. What the clock tick, the clock ticking. Now have the crest. Again here. Right here. That's creepy. That's just like, look at that. That. It's supposed to make you think like the dogs from Resident Evil 1, I think, where it smashes through. I remember when I first played this, I was always scared there's going to be like zombies in it or the zombie dogs, but there's not. It's a bit of a shame, but I understand. Look, I understand it might be a bit just for the sake of a small, short DLC. It's probably a lot of extra work having to program in like brand new enemy types.
You haven't lost your touch.
Yeah, the Master of Unlocking. Because because the baddies in this, they're basically just like the reskinned executioner from the from the first level of Resident Evil 5. Spencer's Memoirs 1. I, Oswald E. Spencer, founder of Umbrella, as well as its chief executive officer, hereby proclaim myself as ruler of all mankind. Everyone shall prostrate themselves before me as they once did for their ancient false gods. At least that was what my destiny should have been. Excuse me. But I did not become a god. I could not sever my ties to my own weak humanity. Instead, my body is being destroyed by this damned disease, the disease of age. It has carved wrinkles in my face like a well-weathered canyon, and my arms are like the thin, withered branches of a dying tree. Age has even deprived me of the use of my legs. The only chance I'll ever have of becoming a god and shaping humanity's destiny is to stop this disease from continuing to ravage my body. I believe there's a saying about realising the joys of life when one is at death's doorstep. Sayings like that are for the weak who are going to die. They attempt to mask their fears with pithy aphorisms. Mortals can't comprehend what life means for those who death is not a concern. The ignorant are fond of making generalizations to include those who would not be party to their pedantic musings. What a narcissist. I will undo this unjust travesty done to me by time, and I will present myself as the perfect being that will rule over all mankind. I will give them a new set of commandments to govern their lives. All that remains is to find the key to eternal life. The virus manufactured by Umbrella is that key. It suppresses telomere shortening, which negates the function that limits cell division. Somewhere in that process is the key to immortality. If the process could be perfected, that key would be mine. I have the means available to me. I can realise my ambitions thanks to Alex. I lost much in human capital following Umbrella's bankruptcy, but I still have Alex, the best and brightest of them all, and the last of my children. I have faith that if anyone can find a cure for the ailment of time that keeps me from assuming my role as the head of mankind, it is Alex. Alex will find a way. So that's Alex Wesker from she was the baddie in Resident Evil Revelations 2. Yeah, I think that was kind of cool because I think they added that in this one, like Spencer was the viruses and that is actually trying to make himself immortal rather than just make money. I think originally in the old games it's just Umbrella was out to make money, but yeah, it's like he wanted to like rule the world and that and be immortal, which is pretty crazy. And then I think when in this, when Wesker sort of finds out, then he's like, oh, I'm gonna do that instead of you. Spencer's Memoirs 2. I've done everything Alex has asked of me. Alex's ingenuity far surpasses those of normal people. We wait for the appropriate time, gather the necessary materials, and Alex continues to keep the operation running smoothly. Most children are held back by the limits of their own intellect, but not so with Alex. I've never witnessed anyone so adept at absorbing the talents of others simply by observing them. I could not be more pleased. Alex displays superior qualities to everyone else. I've provided everything Alex and the other researchers would need to conduct their research. Unlimited funding, top-of-the-line equipment, research materials, and an endless supply of test subjects. The only thing wanting is time. They will conduct their research on an isolated island in the South Seas. Yeah, Resident Evil Revelations 2. That's on an island. The South Seas that is home to an abandoned military installation from a nearby country. Alex has already gone there with a group of research assistants, research materials, and hundreds of test subjects. I waited in earnest for good tidings of their research. Instead, I received only a phone call a month later asking me to send more test subjects. How was it possible that they had gone through hundreds of test subjects in only a month? As my frustration rose, Alex attempted to reassure me. You'll be pleased to hear that all experiments are running smoothly, and so I continue to wait. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Revelations 2. So I wonder if that planned back then, or whether they just kind of went back and thought, oh, let's turn that into the next game. Spencer's Memoirs 3. I've waited and waited and still no word from the island. It's been a year since they left, and I've sent thousands upon thousands of test subjects for their research. As soon as Alex makes any improvement to the virus, the team administers it to another batch of test subjects. Unfortunately, they do not have time to study the virus before testing it. If it looks feasible, they proceed forward and see how the test subjects react to it. All of this is to be expected, I suppose. It's not Alex's fault. I've been impatient, true, but the situation is dire. Age has not only worn down this worthless shell, but it has also attacked my internal organs and rendered many of them virtually useless. What little functionality I can eke out of them is only thanks to the machines attached to my body. Time is a merciless enemy. I'm counting on you, Alex. Only you can give me the key to eternal life. Spencer. What a character. Computer. I think we need to find all 3 of the passwords first. Where am I going to find 3 passwords? Luckily, I've played this before, so I know where. That's the annoying thing about this though, the AI, like the other character, just gets like right up in your face. Like Chris is doing like now, and it like, you see like it gets in the way, and it like gets in the way of the camera and everything. Oh, grenades. Yes please. Eat sensitive paper. This game's cool. I kind of wish they made the whole Resident Evil 5 like this instead. Locked from the other side. Yeah, it would have been cool if this was the whole game. I actually kind of think, I wish they'd made it, because you're Chris and Sheva, I think it would have been better if they made you Chris and Jill instead, because Jill's my favourite, and she's more memorable and iconic. Like, maybe they could have had it, like, maybe they could have had a bit of backstory about maybe Sheva was like an agent who went missing, and they was like looking for her or something. And it turns out that she was the one that was like, you know, how like Jill was being controlled by Wesker and that. But that's just me. I know they really wanted to, Capcom wanted to explore different settings as well, rather than just the same sort of thing. Thanks, mate. Ever heard of Ladies First? Alright, I think it's up here we want to go. Ammo. Yeah, there's paintings like that, just with the strings. You put like a nail behind it and hang it, so you don't have like that big bit of rope. Let's go through here. I really like this, really creepy setting. Shame I think they should make this like a full game. I think if they could like take this but just flesh it out, make the room a lot bigger and have zombies and stuff. That'd be so cool. Or I actually would really like a Resident Evil 1 remake, because I know they did remake it, but like the Resident 2 remake, like third person like this would as well be cool. Just gonna grab another controller because mine's getting low. Right, here we are. Got my other controller. Playing on PS4, and tell you what, the PS4 controllers, the batteries in them are rubbish. Like, they only last like an hour before they go flat. Hope for the PS5 they fix that, because that is actually quite annoying. Because I do have two controllers, and I have, you know, the charging stand, so when one runs out I can just put that back on charger and grab my other one, but it's still kind of annoying to get up like every hour if you're like playing a game all day or something. Every hour you got to get up and change the controller. So it looks like pages from a diary. Some entries are missing. May 9, 1998. Played poker tonight with Scott and Elias from security and Steve from research. Steve was the big winner, but I think he was cheating, that scumbag. Ah, this is that note from Resident Evil 1. May 10th, 1998. One of the higher ups assigned me to take care of a new creature. It looks like a skinned gorilla to me. Scott said there'd been an accident in the basement lab. I just knew something like this would happen. Those B words in research never sleep, not even on holidays. Can you say swear words on YouTube? I don't know. May 12, 1998. I've been wearing this damn spacesuit since yesterday. My skin's getting grimy and feels itchy all over. May 16th. A rumour is going around that a researcher who tried to escape the estate last night was shot. My entire body feels hot and itchy, and I'm sweating all the time now. I scratched the swelling on my arm and a piece of rotten flesh just dropped off. What the hell's happening to me? 19th of May. Fever gone but itchy. Today hungry and eat doggy food. Itchy, tasty. There's a note stuck between the last few pages. Password 3. Itchy, tasty. Classic from Resident Evil 1. Ooh, Magnum. Yes, please. Green and red herb. The grenade here. Yeah. Right, so I've got all 3 passwords. So I want to go back to the computer. Nah, you're running well faster than this compared to the Resident Evil 2 remake. Oh yeah, there's something you can do in this as well. I'm not leaving until I complete this mission. I think you do this like 5 times or something. That's, oh, it's like in, yeah. Yeah, look, and then it like changes to like the old games with the camera angles, which is pretty cool. Like, I don't know how you aim though. That's cool though. Like if they could do that in this, why couldn't they do that in the the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake? Considering they're the old games, you get different controls as well. That's cool. I'll change it back to normal. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool little touch as well. So cool. Man. Well, this is what we want from Resident Evil games, you know. Because they're like first person shooters now. But, you know, we want like games like this. This is what I want anyway. I'd definitely take fixed camera angles and over shoulder type games, and with like scary enemies and like scary creepy settings as well. You know, I'm not keen on like stuff that's not scary for Resident Evil. Oh, damn it, no, I forgot. The heat resistant paper, heat reactive paper, gotta go to the dining hall. Password 2. Now we go to the computer. Umbrella. Patrick's Memoirs 3. I have been in Master Spencer's employ for the majority of my adult life. As of late, however, I find his actions to be inscrutable. For example, he has taken every possible precaution to conceal his whereabouts from the outside world. For what reason, I do not know. Then one day he asks me to find a certain man and make him aware of the Master's whereabouts. I do not know why he would go to such lengths to contact this man, but perhaps he wanted to see if someone could find him. The man in question is one Mr. Albert Wesker, a name I have not heard in quite a long time. I only met him once, and that was over 10 years ago. I'm ashamed to admit that I cannot recall his face, because as head butler it is my job to remember people. The reason I believe is because of his eyes, those cold, unfeeling eyes that completely overshadowed his other features. At any rate, I have endeavoured to get the information into Wesker's hands without letting on that it was Master Spencer's desire that he have that information. I know of a certain unscrupulous individual who could put the information on the streets for the right price. He is the kind that does not care who he talks to. What made the individual I found of such importance is that he is in the employ of a female spy who had regular dealings with Wesker. Ada Wong. I paid this man, I forget his name, was Roberto or Ricardo? Ah, it's that, I think that's that guy from, Resident Evil 5 who turned into that big fish monster, the boss, I think he's, yeah, Ricardo Irving. More than he deserved, and gave him the bare minimum of information necessary to fulfill Master Spencer's wishes. I dutifully carried out Master Spencer's directions to the letter. It was at this point that the situation took an even more cryptic turn. The Master, he let me go, but I do not know why. I asked him for a reason, the only time I've ever questioned him, but he responded with only silence. I do not know what to do now. I am filled with a sense of loss. Everything I have ever known is gone. I dedicated my entire life to serving the Spencer household, and now that book has been forcibly closed for no apparent reason. The only ones who remain will be those untrustworthy security guards and the people imprisoned below the premises. I truly doubt the guards' ability to attend to all of Master Spencer's needs. Could it be that he plans on dying? No, he is not that type of man. He would not want to leave all his affairs in such an unfinished state. Master Spencer must have some grand machinations at work that are beyond my ability to comprehend. At any rate, I can only obey his wishes and take my leave. I will be loyal until the end, even if it breaks my heart to do so. There's another file here. It looks to be a list of test subjects. Hans, Felicia, Marco, Jonah, Irma, Ken, Laura, William, Hyro, Derek, Miles, Alex, Albert Wesker. The number of candidates has been limited to the 13 individuals listed above. Secret door. Spike coming down from the ceiling. Go in here and then turn the spikes off.
Get back! I want you to lock. It's open.
Whew.
Thanks. Let's hope all the rooms aren't rigged like this.
That's cool. It's like the first game as well, where the ceiling comes down. Yeah, I think I've got all the score stars in here. The blood everywhere. It's cool because like when it's Chris and you do the knife, like he like kind of slashes it to side. With Jill, she like stabs it like that, which is pretty cool. And they carry that over from the other games because it's like that in the Revelations as well. Square crank. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, like in the old games, you find the cranks and stuff like that, and keys to go back and open up the different areas and stuff. So that's the house area, isn't it? Into the basement. Got the thing up there more, yeah. Scary basement. Crap.
Okay.
In the handle. Down to the basement.
What is that smell?
Don't know. I hope we don't run into whatever's making it.
And when have we ever been that lucky?
Oh, that made me crisply made me jump then. Let's subject. Investigate. Wonder how many innocent people lost their lives in this horrible experiments. Oh, there's maggots on them. How do these come in? Oh god, no, run! Alright, forgot you can't move while you're aiming this game. Get away, Chris. Yeah, bro. And when you're reloading as well. Kind of remind me of like the G-Virus because they've the eyes. They're kind of Revelations 2 looking enemies as well. How'd that look to them?
Thanks for the help.
Feel like zombies, but not zombies. I think they're taken from Resident Evil 5 because there's like that bit on that conveyor belt, and there's like them things kind of like zombies, and they're just lying down, and then like they grab you. Kind of like repurposed them for this, I suppose. baddie up here. Rifle ammo.
Chris!
Roger!
Key. Wasn't formed in there. Any ammo? Oop. No ammo. Damn. Star. The Silver Crest. And here. On the other half. Oh, where's the other half? Oh, it's up here, I think. The body. I think if you hit him in the eyes, that does like more damage. Picked up the gold crest. Oh, it's a bit pain in the ass because you got no weapons.
I'm fine, but I lost most of my gear.
Same here. Alright, try to find a way out of there, and I'll find a way to meet up with you.
Copy that. Watch your back.
No weapons. Lost my weapons, my first aid spray. Oh man, I could have used the magnum that I had. Got like that. Oh, it's got a can of first aid spray. Damn it. Didn't think to use that magnum. Oh well. Spider. Yuck. Nah, it's a shame they, look how good them spiders do. Shame they cut the big spiders out of the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes. Because, you know, with the graphics on the PS4, that can make them look well good. Yeah, got the crank now. Oh, hi, Chris. Insert crank.
Chris!
Okay.
No, you hold.
I got a plan. We'll use this.
Hold the lever. And then you got to lure him underneath and then drop it on him. Where he is on the body. Whoa! Oh, Jesus Christ! Stupid zombie! Oh my god! I did not know that he was down there. That scared the hell out of me. That's the body. You let go of the crank for, Chris. Come on. Come on, Chris. Oh, damn it. Useless. You're supposed to hold it. Come on, Chris. I did not know. I didn't know there was them zombie things down there. Get that in.
Glad that's over.
Sonata Serpent Shard. Need. There's another one there, like a crank. So I wonder if maybe on the harder difficulty, maybe there's two of them enemies, maybe. Not sure. Back up there. Yeah. I actually do like Resident Evil 5, even the main game as well as this. Like I know it gets a bit of a bad rap from some of the purists, but no, I actually really like it.
Okay.
Wesker.
Watch out!
So what you got to do is get a bit of distance between you and him, then you shoot him a couple of times and he'll charge you, then you press square to dodge. Or you can do that. Fuck. Yeah, and then you do a melee attack. Yeah, and if you tell Chris to go, he'll sort of lure Wesker away from you. It's easy to do that. Shoot, but yeah, we beat him.
To make me angry.
That's how you beat Wesker.
Let's finish this.
What's the nightmares? Complete. Accuracy, A. Then it's rated 6. S rank, damage, S. Score term, S. Clear time, 1 hour, C. Total score, A. So yeah, it's it's not pretty hard, Wesker's, because like it's like it's one of them games that like it doesn't tell you what to do. Like with Wesker, like it doesn't tell you what to do, but there's like kind of like a trick to it. You have to sort of look it up and line out to, but yeah, so that's Lost in Nightmares finished. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.